Today we will be tapping for non-judgmental and being strategic. Reminder, next week and from now on, Facebook Lives will be at 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time, which is 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so that's a bit of a change. So new time starting next week. I know this is a new time this week too, but this is what I have in my schedule. So let's start by sharing one thing that you are grateful for today, and then we'll get to tapping for being non-judgmental and strategic. Okay, so let's see. I am grateful for making some progress on administrative work today. I have a really big backlog, so I am working on getting caught up on some admin things. Share something that you are grateful for before we get started with the tapping and havening today. Welcome, Jen. I can see that you are here. I'm not sure who else might be here, but share something in the comments. And then we will start with tapping for being non-judgmental. Now, you can think about non-judgmental as in not judging yourself, or you could approach it from being non-judgmental with others. You could just make it a blanket statement and let it be for both. I have a dog trying to break in. Hello, Angel. Okay, he made it in. Hello, Pam. Welcome. So let me see in the comments something you're grateful for. And if you've posted something in the comments, I'm not seeing it. So sometimes that happens. Welcome, Anita. And maybe it's one of those days where I'm not going to see any comments. I do not know. Welcome, Marina. Okay, so maybe I'm not going to get to see any comments today. That's going to make this a little challenging to do. Someone do a thumbs up. Let me see a thumbs up and see if I see that float by, and I'll just know that I'm just not seeing the comments. And hopefully the dog doesn't start barking because a truck went by. And that was so exciting for him. All right, I'm not going to get to see any comments today, so we're going to wing it with the Facebook Live. There's nothing I can do about that. Maybe the comments will start scrolling. We'll be a little less interactive, but technology is always going to throw a little wrench into things, and you just roll with it. So let's get started with tapping for being non-judgmental, okay? So you're going to aim, or you're going to focus your mind by saying 0 to 10, how non-judgmental am I being today? So I'm at about an 8, 9. My mind just kind of gave me those numbers at the same time. So I'm going to count it as an 8, and we can start tapping. So take 2 fingers and change your focus to the tapping and repeat after me. I release and let go of all the judgments that continue to pop into my mind. All the ways I judge others, all the ways I'm judging myself, I let it go. Whoever I learned it from, I bless them as I let it go. I give myself permission to be non-judgmental now. Just feel those fingers and squeeze your wrist. Take a nice deep breath in. Say peace. Give yourself a little smile because you're here doing something good for you. And you can even begin a little bit of havening touch. Now, once again, I'm not seeing any comments, so I have no idea if anything's changed for you yet, but let's do a little informational havening with this. What if I release my judgments? What if I'm more accepting? What if I let my inner critic go on vacation? What if I feel good for no reason? All right, so now we're going to check it again, and I'm going to repeat. I'm not seeing any comments on my phone, so I'm not going to know what you did, or what changed. So 0 to 10, how non-judgmental am I being today? So that's moved up to a 9 for me. Not bad. Room for improvement still. Now we're going to tap. You can use your non-dominant hand this time just to change it up a little. So feel your fingers and remember to change your focus. There's just the tapping. Maybe you hear the sound, you feel the sensations. And say, I release and let go of all the judgments that are floating around in my mind today. It's okay to let it go. I'm free as I let those judgments go. I give myself permission to be even more non-judgmental now. That's right. And squeeze your wrist. Take a nice deep breath in. Relax it out. And say peace. You can start the Havening Touch. And I must say, I really prefer the Facebook Lives when I can see the comments and they're more interactive. So I'm just guessing that you guys are making some incremental changes as we move through this one, non-judgmental. So I'll do a little more informational havening to help it move a little bit more. What if I'm more non-judgmental now? What if I release my judgments of self and my judgments of others? What if I feel good for no reason? What if I'm more accepting? All right, 0 to 10. How non-judgmental am I feeling now? So I'm at a 10. I don't think everybody's there yet, so we'll do a couple more rounds. And let's start again. So take your 2 fingers. Remember to change your focus. You're just be here now. I release and let go of all the judgments in my mind. That peanut gallery. And all the things that are blocking me from being non-judgmental. It's okay to let it go. I'm free as I let that go. I give myself permission to be a little bit more non-judgmental now. Feel your fingers. Maybe wiggle your toes. You could do a tongue twister, but first squeeze your wrist. Take a nice deep breath in. Relax it out. And say peace. Okay, so let's do a tongue twister while we do a little havening touch. One of my favorite and most challenging ones. You know New York, you need New York, you know you need unique New York. So you can do that a couple times. You know New York, you need New York, you know you need unique New York. One more time. You know New York, you need New York, you know you need unique New York. That one is a fun tongue twister. All right, so now let's check it again. So we're tapping for being non-judgmental. You can focus that on yourself or you can focus that on others. Just notice where your inner critic is aiming. It's judgments. And so let's check it again. 0 to 10, how non-judgmental am I being today? So mine's moving up from a 10 to an 11. So incremental changes. Again, I do not see any comments. My phone is just showing me who's here. So I can't tell what's changing for everyone, but we're going to tap again. We'll do another tapping round and then we'll switch to strategic thinking or being more strategic. So take 2 fingers and tap along. I release and let go of anything that is blocking me from being non-judgmental. I'm sending my inner critic on vacation. I release any and all useless judgments. I release comparisons as well. It's okay to let that all go now. It's not very useful and I let it go. I give myself permission to be even more non-judgmental now. All right, super duper. You can squeeze your wrist and take a nice deep breath in and relax it out. Peace. Good. So a little bit of havening hands here. We'll just check one more time and see. So I can't see your comments, but hopefully you are commenting, and I will go on and see them after the Facebook Live. So I look forward to that. I'm going to see where everybody ended up with this one. So 0 to 10, how non-judgmental am I feeling now? And just notice who you're more judgmental with. Are you more judgmental when you're thinking about yourself? Harsh judge of yourself? Or are you more judgmental about other people? I used to always say that I'm my own worst critic, like that was a good thing. And it wasn't. It was never a good thing. That held me back a lot. So I'm happy to let that one go, or that I have let that one go. So you can share in the comments, even though I can't see them, where you ended up with this one. And then we'll pivot to strategic thinking. Hopefully most of you have gotten close. Since I can't see the comments, I'm not sure how much more tapping to do on it, but that is okay. Technology, it just does what it does. All right, so we're going to pivot to doing strategic. Now, I think of that as strategic thinking. I find that having strategies in life help me get more done, stick with things, maybe be more consistent with things. It just works for me. Things flow better. Welcome, Tiffany. And hello, Stuart. Welcome. So we are going to switch to tapping for being strategic. So 0 to 10, how strategic am I? That comes up really low for me right now, which is really interesting because I tend to focus on that and allow that to be one of my strengths. So it's a 3 for me. Now you can share in the comments, even though I can't see the comments because my phone's just not working with that today. Share where you're at. I'll see it after. And we're going to tap. So tap and repeat after me. I release and let anything go that's blocking me from using strategies in my life. I let it go. I let it go. I give myself permission to be a little more strategic now and to feel good about it. Feel the fingers, maybe wiggle your toes, squeeze your wrist, and relax it out. Peace. Good job. You can start with a little bit of havening hands, and let's see where it changed for everybody. Well, not that I'm going to see it, but you can check in again. Think about maybe something in your life where having a strategy would be useful for you. Just aim at that. Because this is where I found, like, when it comes to filling the dishwasher and emptying the dishwasher, there's a strategy, and I just fill it a certain way, and it makes it easy to unload it because everything's in the same place. So it's just one of those things that I find that if I can develop a strategy for things, life flows a lot smoother. And like I said before, I'm more consistent with things if they have a certain place and there's an approach that I have with it. So think of something where having a strategy would work for you. If you were more strategic in that area, there would be an improvement for you. So just notice it. And then we'll check in again, 0 to 10. How strategic am I feeling now? You can put it in the comments. I'll get the comments when I can see them. And for me, 0 to 10, how strategic am I feeling now? So it's moved up to a 5, which is good. And we're going to tap again. So feel your fingers and repeat after me. I release and let go of all the things that distract me and prevent me from having strategies. I let it go. I release any and all distractions, all the squirrels that pull me away from what I want to do. It's okay to let them go now. I give myself permission to develop a more strategic approach. Feel the fingers and squeeze your wrist. Nice deep breath in. Good, and then relax it out. Peace. Excellent. Can resume just a little bit of havening touch. Maybe we'll do some informational havening. What if I become more strategic in my approach? What if my life flows What if it's easy to accomplish the things I want to? What if I reach my goals effortlessly because I have a strategy for getting there? All right, so let's check it again. 0 to 10. How strategic am I feeling now? So mine's moved up to an 8, which is pretty interesting. It's usually where it starts, but it's interesting. Just notice what number comes up for you. Notice what's changing. Notice your buts or the things going on in the peanut gallery. Okay. Hi, Dee. Welcome. We are tapping for being strategic. So use your non-dominant hand, change it up, feel your fingers, and say, I release and let go of all the things that slow me down, that block me from having a strategy, that block me from getting things done. It's time to let them go. Wherever they came from, I can let them go now. Whoever I'm acting like, I can let that go now. As I let those things go, I become free. I give myself permission to be a little bit more strategic now. All right, squeeze your wrist, take a deep breath in, and then relax it out. Peace. I find it useful to count to 4 when I inhale and count to 8 when I exhale. It's a nice restorative breath, so you might want to do that. A little bit of havening touch in between. We could do a tongue twister. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. All right. Let's check again where we are with strategic. 0 to 10. How strategic am I feeling now? Okay, so mine is moving up to a 10, which is good. I'm wondering where everyone is, and I will see the comments when I finish the Facebook Live. It's a little backwards today, but there you have it. So put in the comments how it's moving for you, maybe what you're noticing, and we're going to do another round of tapping. All right, so feel your fingers and say, I release and let go of whatever's left that has been blocking me from being more strategic in my approach. It's okay to let it go. Wherever it came from, I can let it go. Whoever it represented, I just let it go. Why ever it was important to be distracted, I just let it go. I give myself permission to be even more strategic now. All right, squeeze your wrist, inhale for 4, and exhale for 8. That is great. Say peace, peace. Do a little more havening hands, and now I'm going to just see where we all ended up today. This is probably going to be a little shorter since I cannot see comments and I can't interact and I don't know how long to do the tapping for. So 0 to 10, how strategic am I feeling now? So for me, that has moved up to an 11. Leave in the comments what it changed for you or where it went and where you ended up. Hopefully I'm not leaving everyone too short and you're not getting to 10 yet since I can't see your comments. Now, I want to remind everyone once again that Facebook Live time changes to 10:30 here on out, 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. So that is 12:30 Eastern Time. That's 11:30 Central Time. And that's that's 9:30 Pacific Time. There we go. I knew there was one more that I was leaving out. So it's a little bit different. It's going to work out in my schedule a little bit better. So hopefully everyone likes that. And we'll also be doing recorded videos when I'm out of town or traveling or in a workshop or something. So we'll have a weekly video no matter what, whether it's live or recorded. I'll make sure there is something to go in the guide. So I hope everyone has a lovely day today. Thank you for being here. Even if I couldn't see your interaction and engagement, I'm going to go and check the comments once I end the call. Have a lovely weekend, and I will be back next week, different time, and we'll see what the Patreon people pick for next week. It'll be something really good, I'm sure. All right. Take care, everybody.